My name's Camille Dunlop and I'm a digital and architectural designer. My work concerns feminist and ecological themes, as well as looking at architectural and feminist perspectives. My work's called Anatomy of Embodied Ecologies, and it's a live interactive landscape in Unreal Engine. So the project is looking at the way that the Medway and the Medway estuary has changed throughout time. So the research has been looking at Medway archives and archives in the local area, looking specifically at maps and drawings of how ecology has changed throughout time, looking at speculations of the future. So it's also involved with the idea of climate change and how in 2050 particular areas of the Medway potentially could disappear and other species may evolve and transform. So within the project there's a variety of monsters which are motion captured in, as well as sort of otherworldly species and other interesting representations. So my background is in architecture, so I initially started looking at the Medway as a site, visiting Medway and filming specific aspects that I wanted to include in the world. And then it's a process of world building as well as researching with local archives to uncover what I found was an interesting relationship within the drawings between the body and the landscape. So then it's a process of sort of unravelling and unpicking that, but also speculating of what that might be in the future. So within the piece, there's a variety of motion captured people who become the monsters, as well as the player who slowly unravels these narratives as they sort of come around and start to understand the way that they can see themselves, but they can also see other people within the landscape. With this piece in particular, I'm looking at how can you bring the body into a 3D model, but not necessarily just tracking the body, but how could you potentially create bespoke textures where you start to see the body, or ways of moving which you then start to see the body. So basically trying to break down the barrier between like a human and a digital space, and looking at the ways that those potentially could connect and become a bit blurry, or there might be some, because I'm not really interested in realism. When you're working on your own as an artist, a lot of the time you need a reason or a specific showcase, for example, to sort of push towards. So working at the lab in a sort of under those constructs is quite like a fruitful and productive space to be able to create a piece of work within like a short project. So I'm quite early stages of developing my own practice. My previous works are mainly educational, so at this point, as a sort of starting out as an artist, I really want to push this project, but also the research themes that I've developed within this project into other pieces. I've done interactive work before, but a lot of my past work has been through the format of films or looking at cinematic architecture, but I'm really interested in the intersection of architecture and interactive mediums as well. So that's something which I've been able to explore at the lab, which I want to develop further into other projects, scaling up these sort of themes and the landscape that I have created. But I'm also interested in exploring other modes and mediums of linking the three sort of core themes of the project, which is architecture, interactivity and landscape. Yeah, it's been fantastic to work at A+E Labs. I've had a great time.